art zone's about to start! Come and get it!
Hello, hello.
Hit it, hit it.
Hi there and welcome to the show. I'm Nancy Guppy here at Georgetown Stables, and we've got a real fun lineup for you this week. Take a look.
It drops you in and cuts to the chase.
A debut novel from Susan Holmes McKagan.
And in a novel, you know, you don't have to hold things back.
Fashion design via the U.S. Postal Service.
I go 3 nights only. What the hell was that?
The fabulous Christine Deaver curates the calendar.
Yeah, 3 nights only, but it should have been 5.
And bluesy rock from Supermother.
Take me. Take me.
We'll begin with a segment by Cornish College of the Arts film students on Janelle Abbott, a clothing designer, textile artist, and co-founder of the fashion house called Female.
Like I make a piece, and it is everything. Like the idea goes with it. Whereas other designers, especially with fashion, you make a pattern, you produce the pieces, and you can always go back to that pattern and replicate them. But I don't think I could genuinely replicate anything I've ever made.
So what is your name?
Janelle Abbott.
And can you spell that for the camera?
Janelleabbott. I'm from Kenmore, which is North Lake Washington, and I was homeschooled through 9th grade, and then I went to Inglemoor High School in Kenmore, and then I went to Parsons School of Design in New York City to study fashion design. Because my early education wasn't typical, I had a lot of freedom as far as creative exploration, and my parents owned a clothing manufacturing company. And we spent a lot of time just playing at the warehouse with scraps of fabric, and we turned boxes into an arcade, and I made doll clothes and tried to sell them to the employees. And I've just always been interested in how clothing can be used as an art form. And that's what I really ended up focusing on when I went to school. I had a difficult time acclimating to the culture of New York because it was so nonstop. I eventually acclimated and even came to enjoy that sort of nonstop lifestyle, but it wasn't sustainable for me. But I kept fighting with the curriculum and my instructors to approach it from a more esoteric, artistic perspective, whereas they were very much sort of fundamental design principles. So I ended up sort of making my own way, and I found an instructor along the way who really supported that, who I learned the zero waste design methodology from.
And like the perfect colors, because this material I got at Seattle Recreative, and this is my aunt's curtain. But like what? They go together perfectly. And then
every
this,
garment
like,
just has to equal a square or rectangle of fabric. So you can't lose any bit of material along the way in construction. Whereas typical garment design, you waste about 15% of the material. Every positive shape has a negative. And that means, like, if this is the positive of your neckline, then you've got this space here that's gonna get thrown away. So the zero waste design is obviously trying to eliminate that ecological damage of perpetuating landfills and wasting really like hard-earned resources. The very act of designing the pattern could define the aesthetic of the garment. My design style is very active, and so with zero waste, it's both active and reactive. You're drawing lines and reacting to that line from both edges. Even if a t-shirt is simple, it still took human hands to sew it. I just want to be responsible with the materials that I have. I want to be responsible with my time on this planet. I try to reduce how much waste I produce, and this is one way to do that.
Learn more about Janelle and Female on Instagram, and learn more about the Cornish College of the Arts film program on their website. Susan Holmes McKagan, Duff McKagan's better half, is an accomplished woman. Supermodel, clothing designer, TV personality, wife, mother, and she's added yet another feather to her cap, novelist. I caught up with Susan at Baby & Company, Seattle's boutique Belltown clothing store.
Art Zone interview.
Wait. We don't have any water. Water guy, dude! God, for goodness sakes, this is your one job. Focus. And
Sorry,
quit staring
sorry.
at Susan. It's weird, okay?
So sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. Okay, let's do it. Let's do this thing.
Art Zone interview, take one.
Well, Susan Holmes McKagan, welcome to Art Zone's satellite studio, Baby & Company. Great store here in downtown Seattle. You might want to do a little shopping at some point.
It is absolutely beautiful,
beautiful.
in here. And thanks, Nancy, for having me.
Well, it's delightful. And I've never interviewed a supermodel before, let alone a supermodel / writer. So this is very, very cool. So you've written a book, and that alone deserves a round of applause, everybody. Absolutely. Yeah, big time. And it's your debut novel titled The Velvet Rose. Of course, there it is right there. So describe the basic storyline.
The basic storyline. Okay, in a nutshell, it's set in the early 90s, and it's a coming-of-age story. And it has a lead female protagonist, and her name is Scarlett. And she's an artist and a painter, and she stumbles into the world of modeling and high fashion. And one of the other main characters is Johnny.
Yes.
And he is...
Bad boy Johnny.
Yeah, he's a dirty rocker boy. He is in a band on the cusp of superstardom. He's got a heart of gold, but they're figuring their stuff out. They're gonna make some mistakes. And then Scarlett and Johnny meet, and then what ensues is sort of this unhinged ride. And it sort of showcases their, all the ups and downs of dating a legendary rock and roller. That whole sort of behind the scenes lifestyle that, well, I've been blessed and gotten to witness and experience from nearly 20 years of touring with Duff.
Right.
My husband from Guns N' Roses and Velvet Revolver and Loaded.
So The Velvet Rose is, you've already kind of touched on, fictional story, fictional characters. But there are similarities between Scarlett's world and Susan's world, both professional and personal. So let's start with the professional. Scarlett is discovered by a Italian fashion photographer, Franco Giovanni, right, in a mall food court. Is that in Southern California?
Oh, yeah, yes.
So how were you discovered?
Well, I was actually indeed discovered by an Italian fashion photographer, too.
Really?
But not at a mall. It was,
Oh, darn.
it was actually a little, I think, even more exciting. I was 16, and I got to go to New York with my mom on a special trip. So while we were at our special mom-daughter dinner, I'd gotten up to go to the bathroom, and probably they could see I was tall, skinny thing. It's walking over.
Kind of good looking.
Kind of model-y vibes. And the photographer kindly said, "Oh, excuse me, are you a model? If not, maybe I would think you should go see Eileen Ford tomorrow morning. Tell her that Marco sent you." And I was like, "Wow, oh my God, Eileen Ford."
Wow.
And Marco Glaviano, I knew who he was when he came over because I'd been studying all these fashion magazines.
So you did?
Yeah, so I did, but we found out that he was dining with Jodie Foster. So the whole restaurant, there was maybe 10 tables at this restaurant.
That's way better than a food court.
Yeah, it's way better.
than a
Yeah,
food
it was like
court.
legend. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but
so that was it.
Yeah.
That was well, since I will never be a supermodel, and I know that's a huge surprise to everyone in this room.
You could do it, Nance.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, maybe
I'm gonna teach you some moves later,
I know,
too.
I'm going to definitely
I know you've got
get
it
some
in
moves from you. But was there a specific moment when you realized, oh my God, I'm a supermodel? Like a tipping point for you? Or an experience like boom?
Yeah. Gosh, I'd say one of the highlights for me, it was actually on my birthday. And I was in New York, and I got booked on the Dolce & Gabbana campaign. Oh. And it was with one of my all-time favorite fashion photographers, Steven Meisel, and he's extraordinary.
He's a big name.
I'd done the show in Milan in Fashion Week a couple of times, and then I got booked for the campaign, and in walks Kate Moss, so I'm doing the campaign with Kate Moss.
Wow.
And Steven Meisel, and my mom was in town again, so it was full circle.
Nice.
And it was just, very lovely. So that was certainly a highlight.
Another parallel is that Scarlett is a clothing designer, and you have designed swimsuits. It's Susan Holmes Swimwear.
Yes.
How did you learn to design?
I did a lot of fittings. So I got to see personally, a sketch to picking out the fabrics, to a button, to how they would pin it to fit just so. And I never got to the level of being, this couture fashion designer, but I certainly learned a tremendous amount. It was definitely an education in and of itself, absolutely.
But you must have had some background. I know you know how to even sew or something. Right?
Well, I was the president of my sewing club in high school.
You were the president of the sewing club.
Yes.
What grade?
In senior year. Because
my
I had
God.
a lot of my credits done by then, so I had more free time to do some
love
creative
that.
things.
Let's talk about identity, and by that I mean claiming your own space as a professional woman. So when you and Duff met, you were already established. You were a supermodel, you had your own business, you were a brand. That said, the kind of international enormity of Guns N' Roses was such a big thing. I'm wondering, did you suddenly find yourself, when you guys got married, were people kind of referring to you ever as Duff McKagan's wife?
All the time, and they still do sometimes. But it's funny because I'm just glad people are talking about me. I'm proud of my marriage,
Sure.
And,
sure.
And I'm proud of being a mother.
Absolutely.
And I'm proud of being a designer, and I'm proud of being an author now.
Right.
And, every day I get to wake up, I'm happy and proud. So, certainly if I could script my own way, people
if you could control
announce
it
me,
completely. Right.
I would love to have more control of that.
Right, but there's no way to,
Yeah.
to actually control that totally. With you and Duff, them both in the spotlight, how is it to have two celebrities under one roof? How do you guys handle that?
Well, Duff's very supportive of me.
He sure seems
He's
that
so
way.
sweet.
Yeah, it's very solid.
He's such a giver in that way. And our daughters too. We'll be going to our youngest daughter May's clothing launch in June in New York City.
Right, and Grace's band.
And Grace's band. She's opening for Killing Joke and the Struts, and we're there. The crazy parents rocking out, embarrassing her to death. And then I'm always trying to be there for Duff as much as I can. Rooting him on. Cheerleading him on the side of the stage.
There's not territorialism. There's no kind of jealousy in that kind of thing. You just gotta know.
No, I think we're all there for one another, and it's tough. It's a big bad world out there. So if you
better know where you
it's
are.
important to have your family there,
Right.
to be there,
Right.
and
feed that.
it's not always
and water that.
It's not always the whatever your name is in the family show.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
Right. What did you learn, if anything, I'm assuming you did, but what did you learn about yourself writing the book?
I learned a lot, but I would say the takeaway for me is that, and we've probably all heard it before, but just to really truly believe in yourself. Honestly, I didn't know if I'd sell one book.
Sure.
And I sold out in one day on Amazon. So
And Barnes &
that was a
Noble.
bonus.
That was a big
and Barnes &
deal.
Noble,
Yeah.
So it's incredibly gratifying.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on your debut novel.
Thank you.
Wonderful success for you. And The Velvet Rose by Susan Holmes McKagan is available at your favorite bricks and mortar bookstore or, of course, online. The audio version comes out June 1st,
Yes.
I believe.
Oh my gosh.
And plus, the Westies have a 7-inch single, features original music by Duff McKagan and friends. And
Friends
are?
Well, okay, shoot. I'll give it away because I like you, Nancy. I
Thank
think
you.
this is the first interview I've
Actually,
mentioned
like
it.
the person. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So who are they?
I
So
love
it's Duff.
It's Duff and Slash, and Puffy is the drummer from Faith No More, and it's from the '90s, and it's never been heard.
So it's original music from the
unreleased.
'90s, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's great. It's very. You'll like it. if you
Very
haven't heard it
cool.
yet.
Well, thank you
Super
so
cool.
so much. I really appreciate you talking
Thank
with us.
you, Nancy.
And now I believe it's time for my Here we go. Walking elegant, fierce,
Powerfully.
and elegant, and fierce. And I strike it
You are striking. You could be on the cover of that.
of like Field and Stream, Fish and Wildlife.
You are a wild one, Nance.
I am a wild one. Sure.
Now I gotta be the last guy.
Our band this week is absolutely fantastic. Supermother. And this is Skylar Mihal. Hi, Skylar.
Hello.
Kind of the founder, the front guy. So let's chat a bit in a second, but I want to meet your bandmates. So let's start with this guy over here.
Yeah, we got Brandon Bush here on the bass.
Hi, Brandon. Back here.
Luke Dumke on the drums.
The beautiful hair.
Indeed.
And over here.
Jonah Cohen.
Jonah, good hair as well. So I love the name of the band, Supermother, and it's based on a food item, right? So what's the food item?
Well, it is a cheeseburger sandwich from The Tav in Ellensburg, Washington.
And you spent some time there because why? You were going to college or something?
Well, it's kind of my hometown.
Okay.
But yeah, I did go to school there, and the band was actually formed there, more or less.
All right. So
Years
is
ago.
it worth a road trip to the Tav for the cheeseburger sandwich?
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. Oh, AZ crew, we're going to make a plan. It's going to happen. Okay. Now you and I met a couple months ago, and you were playing. Came with Whitney Monge, and you were playing guitar beautifully, side guy. And this is obviously Supermother, a completely different thing. And I'm curious if you prefer being the front focal point, or if you like being more the support, or.
Well, I think it is liberating to front a band, and it's
Yeah.
cool to see your own music come to fruition.
Yeah.
I work a lot as a sideman. I wouldn't trade one for the other.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's good to have both.
For sure.
Yeah, and the music, you write the music, but you all work together collectively to put it together and arrange it.
Right.
And that's because they're all really good, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, these guys are great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have quite a history with each other, I think, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know the debut album it's self-titled, right, Supermother, and the song that I heard that got me all hot and bothered about you guys was called "Take Me," which I know you're going to play for us. And there's another song you're going to play, your second one, and it's
Just the same.
Just the same, and it's a new single, unreleased.
Indeed.
And so I'm basically forcing you to say that this is a world premiere. Is
Yeah,
it?
it is the world premiere.
Okay, so Art Zone has the world premiere on a Supermother new song. Yes. So what would you, are you ready to do this thing? Should we do Take Me?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, are y'all ready to do Take Me? Let's do it. All right. Yes. That says yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Supermother.
1, 2, 3.
Take me, if you wanna go, blame me. You can blame me if you wanna go, so come on. If you wanna go, if you wanna go, break me. You can break me if you wanna go. Take me, if you wanna go, so come on. If you wanna go, so come on. If you wanna go, if you wanna go, if you wanna go. If you wanna go, if you wanna go,
Pick up Supermother's self-titled debut release at your favorite indie record store or online, and follow the band on their website, supermothermusic.com.
Hi, darling. darlings, I'm Christine Deaver, and I'm curating this week's calendar of events, baby. So let's do it. Okay, we'll start off with a unique approach to art making called the Seattle Recycled Arts Festival. This annual event seeks to promote eco-friendly living while exploring the vast range of creative expression available using recycled materials. Pieces like this, 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 and even this. The festival, which includes an eco-fashion show, will be part of the Georgetown Carnival/Art Attack on June 8th. Mopop, the Seattle Museum of Pop Culture, is celebrating the musical genius of Prince from Minneapolis with a show that explores how the Purple One created his iconic image and how that image influenced other artists. The exhibit features the work of 4 photographers who collaborated with Prince at different points in his career, plus Prince-inspired art and fashion. Now open through January 5th, 2020. Purple Rain, baby, Purple Rain. Next up, Taproot Theater Company presents Kim's Convenience, a hilarious and a heartwarming play about a loving, if imperfect, Korean family making their way in Toronto. As they face an uncertain future in the small convenience store business, Dad, Mom, and their unmarried daughter Janet and disappointing son Young learn to see each other in a new light and find that family isn't always convenient, but it might be the best deal out there. Kim's Convenience plays through June 22nd. And last but certainly most, I'd like to tell you about my solo extravaganza show called Showgirl, baby. Hot off a spectacular run as the star of Teatro Zanzani's show, Hollywood and Vine, I will come waltzing and strutting into copious on Ballard's Market Street in early June to thrill, wow, and intimidate my fans with an evening of music, song, comedy, and wackiness. As the LA Times wrote about me, if you combine Bette Midler and Carol Burnett, it would be Christine Deaver. Thanks, LA Times. And I'd also like to add a little bit of Lady Gaga and Captain Kangaroo, if you know what I mean. So come on down if you think you can stand the heat. 3 nights only. I did 5. 3, I can't count. 3 nights only, June 6th through the 8th, and then I go back to my work release program, all right? See you there, babies.
Okay, thank you so much, Christine. I'm looking forward to Showgirl. And that is a wrap for us. Big thanks to Baby & Company. You can check them out at babyandco.us. Of course, thanks to Georgetown Stables. We love this place. And most of all, thanks to you for tuning in. We'll see you very soon. Have a great week.